Well, I know everybody's excited. I certainly am. One thing that I've always think that's important, anytime you turn the clock and there's a new phase, that you have some specific goals for what you want to accomplish in training camp, and we always do with our team. There's a whole bunch of them, but the gist of it is we want to first establish a foundation of core values that define how we compete and how we work together as a team. And I don't care what team you have, every year you have to start over on those things, such as attitude and discipline and toughness and effort. It's the same stuff. We're not reinventing the wheel. We always want to improve fundamentally and learn all of our technical aspects on offense, defense, and special teams. This will be especially important this year, given how young we are. This is going to be very important training camp to evaluate our personnel across the board. Sometimes you come into camp, not a lot of questions. That's not the case here. And as always, we're going to continue what we started early in the year, just about redefining the standard here and developing a sense of pride in being a Vol and understanding what it means to be a Tennessee Volunteer. So those are kind of the short-term goals, and certainly you don't accomplish them at the end. You never really get there. It's a continued journey, which we had a good start of for the summer. And, talking to Coach Mack, the thing that we feel really good about is we feel like we've improved our strength, our speed, our explosiveness across the board at every position. All the combine testing data, that's about the only data you can use to evaluate where you are. Whether it's bench, 225, squat, vertical jump, 40, all those things, significant improvement across the board. Hopefully that'll translate into better play on the field. The second thing from the summer was trying to develop this team as a team, going from being a coach-led team to being a player-led team. Because we had so many seniors and so many vocal seniors last year, I think in some ways it hamstrung the ability of the young guys to really take ownership from a vocal standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and that's okay, but it just means you now got to start working toward that.
You talked about being a player-led team over a coach-led team, and when we asked that last year, you said they were a little bit more like the Germans. Are they, from everything that happened last year, they becoming a little bit more like the Americans?
Well, I think you have to start over every year. So the best teams that I've been around have ownership in the locker room. The coaches don't have to go manage all their day-to-day issues. They're like professionals, and the coaches put their energy on teaching and coaching on how to make them successful on the field. And I think every team's unique, and you never can take that for granted. And this team, because we don't have a lot of guys with a lot of experience, you just have to develop it.
Can you see that already in them?
Well, I hadn't really been around them, so I can't speak on anything. I hear they've gotten better at it, but I got to see it firsthand. Obviously, I've talked a lot about our team in the spring and summer, and there's no sense revisiting all that. We know we're young. We know we're not going to use that as an excuse for failure. We have some guys who flashed a lot of good things last year, but nobody really who played 12 games consistently in a championship way. So it's time to kind of quit talking and get on the field and see what we can develop here these next few weeks before kickoff.